It's the Knicks, Jets, etc. podcast with Alex Trataros, John Meleka, and Raisi on the beat. Let's go.
What's good, everyone? Alex Trataros here with another Jets episode of the Knicks, Jets, etc. podcast. And with me, as always, my buddy, my cousin, pal, the man on the plan, the one and only, John Meleka. But before we ask John how he's doing, you all know what it is. If you listen to this podcast and you haven't subscribed, please make sure to do so. We're on all audio listening platforms. We're on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon, Alexa, Stitcher, you name it. We are there. If you listen to us on Apple or Spotify, please make sure to give us that 5-star rating. And if you listen to us on Apple, please make sure to leave a comment. We're also sponsored or partnered with Minute Media and Fanside, so you can find this podcast over at the Jet Press and the Daily Knicks, or sometimes the main fan-sided page, if they write about one of those two teams. We're also on YouTube. Knicks coming, Jets coming, etc. period. Find the page, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you know when a new episode drops. When you watch a video, hit the like button, leave a comment, add to the conversation. We want to know your opinions on all these videos. Okay, we want to know your takes as well. We respond. We love it. We see Blood DePonta did not like that idea of keeping Randall, and he said he's not even entertaining that idea. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
Well, Jeff's out here trading Obi. Like, that's the stuff.
He's trading his guy, which is just insane, which is also just wild. He's like, I want Obi on this team. And then he's like, yeah, I'm ready to trade Obi. I'm like, what? You make no sense, bro. But I digress. If you're also over at that YouTube page, we got another podcast. It's also partnered with Minute Media, Winning Picks Weekly. John, video producer Greg, co-host and our guy Chip Murphy. These guys go through every sport. I thought John was stranded on the island today. I saw the clip. Nope, he was just there at the Masters. No, it's not US Open. US Open, sorry. US Open.
I'm past that. I'm past the rookie, just watch the Masters. Now I'm watching every single tournament out here, man. We out here.
This man came all the way up to Massachusetts, didn't even say hi. Parked his ass. I would think on the 8th hole, from what it looks like. This guy didn't even say hello. How are you doing? Didn't even ask me to go out for lunch. This guy. I thought we were tighter than that, bro. I thought we were tighter than that.
Can't support Massachusetts businesses, man.
And then last and certainly not least, please make sure to follow us on all social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. We are there. John, my main man, how you doing, bro? How you feeling today? I see you got your Gotham City shirt on, ready to talk Jets today. I'm loving it. How you feeling, my man?
I'm good, dude. I'm good. Everything is good in Jets land right now.
You're at the 50-yard line?
I'm happy about that. I'm happy about everything going on with the Jets right now. The vibes are high everywhere. We'll get into that. So I got a smile on my face. The Yankees murdering as usual. I know it's getting kind of tight right here in the 9th today, but Aaron Judge starting off with a home run against the potential AL Cy Young. I mean, life is good right now. The Stanley Cup, who cares? But that's all good. We got the US Open coming. I'm starting to get into actual golf tournaments, so that's exciting. I'm hyped about that. And that silly thing, right? The NBA Finals, Game 6, Game 7, like right around the corner. It's a good time, man. It's a good time right before we get into the big lull of the sports season, dude. It's about to be summer, just baseball. So right now, I'm happy, dude. I'm happy. Everything's good in Jets land. What more can I ask for?
Oh man, I'm feeling you, man. We just finished volunteer OTAs last week, right? Now we got mandatory mini camp, so it's getting that much closer to actual training camp. We're not too far off.
Dude, I could smell preseason. I'm starting to smell it, dude. I'm starting to smell it.
It's right around the corner. August will be here before you know it, and hey, now we're getting some more substantive news. We're getting some guys giving us some good talking points to discuss, which we'll get into today. But this guy, we also got our video producer Greg with us today. So Mr. Video Producer Greg, how you doing, bro? You're You just planted yourself here on this podcast.
I was
Look
about
at
to
that.
say he's become a staple
Yeah,
of
man.
the Jets feed here.
I love it. I mean, my basketball takes are too hot for the Knicks podcast.
Your basketball takes are. I don't know if they're
Um,
hot, but they're not there.
There's something.
Yeah.
There's something.
There's something, that's for sure. So I'm happy you guys are letting me on the Jets podcast, the football stuff. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun talking about this stuff. We started off, I mean, first couple episodes were from the draft, pre-draft stuff. That feels like a year ago. And I'm ready, man. I'm happy the voluntary, mini camp OTAs, whatever it is done. We're on to the mandatory stuff, and some big names are reporting, and we're getting ready to go. So I'm very excited. I just want to pump the brakes a little bit on the preseason. Will be here before we know it. I mean, it's June, summer's here. I'm loving it. I need a little break, and I need a little sun, a little relaxing before the football season starts. Because once it starts, it goes.
I can feel it, man.
It gets.
Oh,
going.
it's good. We're going to be ramping. We're enjoying summer right now. We're
Yeah.
enjoying 2 episodes a week because once football comes, that means we're back up to 3 episodes a week.
Oh,
a lot of content coming out, and then that goes on until basketball season ends, man. Whenever the Knicks end, so that's how it works. So, yeah, but you alluded to it, Greg. We got some big names reporting to camp. We got one, Mr. Mekhi Becton. He was up at the podium today. Talk about how he's going to shut up all the doubters. I think that just means he's good. I think that just means Rich Samini.
He said no. He didn't say he's going to shut up all the doubters. He said he's going to make
He'll
them
prove
eat. He's going to make them eat their words, which is very interesting wording from a guy who's everyone's calling him fat. He changed his Twitter name to Big Bus 77. He also wore
a shirt saying
today.
Big Bust.
It said Big Bus. It said like a bunch of other criticisms around in that circle, New York Knicks style, which is it's pretty important, I think.
Oh yeah, he's ready to prove a point this season. And
Yeah.
he's looking at one Mr. Rich Samini for stirring the pot. So it's only fitting that he said it while Rich was obviously there and was. I wonder if he was actually looking at Rich. I wish I could have been in that room just to see who he was looking at when he made that statement. Honestly, like honest to God, I wish I could know. But yeah, man, Mekhi Becton, we got videos of him stretching, being on the field today, doing some drills. From what I could gather, seems just a good day for Mekhi Becton to be back on the field. He's coming off. We know about the Liz Frank injury from last season. He didn't play at all. There was expectation where he may have returned last season, but it made sense that he got shut down. Now there's all this doubt. You have who is it? You got George Font, who's going to be, who as of right now is designated starting at left tackle, and then you have Mekhi Becton, who's then going to be moving to right tackle, which is then even causing more controversy on what are we doing with Mekhi Becton. I mean, we had all the rumors of like, are you going to trade Mekhi Becton and go draft one of these tackles in this past draft, right? The 2022 NFL draft. There's just been a lot of rumors, a lot of narratives circling around Mekhi Becton, and it's nice to see him back on the field, ready to go, and it's good to see that he's got that drive to prove everyone wrong, make everyone eat their own words, man. It's great. So I'm gonna start with you, John. What do you think about it?
Dude, I'm hyped Becton's here, dude. I'm hyped he has a chip on his shoulder. I personally think that if the Jets were halfway decent last year, that he would have made a comeback, to be honest with you, even though there was a lot of he's not in shape stuff. I think that was a little overblown, and obviously he seems to think it was a lot overblown. I'm glad he's here.
Duke Mayweather thinks it's a lot overblown too.
Everybody does, but also, by that same token, I'm glad you brought him up. He always has this thing about making players switch positions, especially from left to right. He really tore into the Jets when we signed Laken Tomlinson, to be because what we thought he was going to be our right guard because we had AVT slotted at the left. Turns out he took the left and AVT's down to move to the right. So it's interesting that we have Elijah Vera Tucker and Mekhi Becton, who we were, if you want, I could have bet money last year before the season started that this is going to be our anchor left guard and left tackle for years to come. And now here we are less than 1 year later. And I'm like, hey, they might be our solid foundation anchor for our right guard and right tackle. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, Damian Woody was talking all this hoopla about how Tomlinson's going to be the perfect right guard coming in as a veteran, not going to be too hard to switch, because Damian Woody played all 5 spots on the line. Turns out, no, that's not what happened. So, I'm done speculating here. I know that the Jets are out here praising this offensive line, saying that this could be the best offensive line they've ever seen or ever had for, in the recent future, in the recent past, which
I would like to see that. But
yeah, it sounds good. I mean, from recent memory, it doesn't sound too hard. But when you say like our memory, then we're throwing in DeBrick and Mangold.
Well,
just got into the Ring of Honor, so it's kind of tough.
And think about that line too that we saw with in 09 and 2010. You had Alan Fallica, you had Nick Mangold, you had Brickashaw Ferguson. Who else did you have? You had Damian Woody on that line. Like that was a line, man. Yeah. Like that was a line.
They carried Mark Sanchez and Sean Green.
Yeah, Willie Colon.
Legitimately.
Yeah, Willie Colon.
They said, "Hop on, bro. We're taking you down to the other side." So that's why, like, when I hear this, like, it could be one of the best O lines. I'm like, you could. Let's see it, man. I love the confidence.
Just be decent. Just be.
It's 15. Like we've been in the dumps for quite a long time. If you're average,
sounds good to me.
Sounds great.
Very great. Greg, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the Jets. Like, we kind of talked about it going to the draft a little bit. Like, oh, we don't need this. We're good at this position. We're good at that position. I'm happy that Joe Douglas seems to be like, even though we might be good at left tackle and left guard, if he sees an opportunity to upgrade, he goes after it, and we figure it out after. I mean, in the NFL, there's going to be so many players on this team that get hurt or need to switch positions or whatever it is, that if we have to do it, we have to do it. I mean, these guys are professionals, so I kind of like the idea of having the veteran left, the young guy right, and just kind of figuring this out. We have a pretty good running back group. It's going to be, I think pretty run heavy, I'm hoping, just because
100%.
We're going to lean on them to start. But once we get going,
think about it. Our first picks were we got. Not only did we get a guard in free agency, we also drafted a running back. We're only thinking about beefing up like the O line, the running game. Like that's where our head's at.
Yeah, it just takes a lot of pressure off Zach. So I mean, that's the name of the game at this point. He's going to his second year. We have to let him process and develop and do all the things that he needs to do. So what's better, to give him more time with a good offensive line, or give him option to run the ball and get 3 or 4 yards and not have to throw on 3rd and 8 every time you're on the field? So I'm very happy with this offensive line. Very happy that Becton's back. But also, too, I think we said on this podcast for the last month and a half, we all knew this was coming. We weren't worried about him not showing up. We weren't worried about him not showing up in shape or whatever it is. I think he's healthy. I think he's ready to go. I will say, though, I've said it before, I think we need to kind of tamper our expectations a little bit and just slow down. I don't think he's going to be at a Pro Bowl level, right out the gate. I think it's going to take him 6 weeks, 8 weeks to kind of warm up and get back into game shape and get the flow down. So, I think by the end of this season, if he's healthy and he's playing really well, I think that's a huge success for him going into what is his 3rd year now. So
yeah, it's 3rd season. Yeah. And that makes sense, Greg, right? Because he had the entire last season off. So it's high expectations to expect him to come back in and, game 1 be that same dominant tackle that we saw his rookie season. I mean, it could very well happen, but I agree. We got to temper our expectations and expect for him to be figuring it out as we go, because missing an entire season of actual contact and playing a full year of football, staying in rhythm, that's tough. This isn't like basketball where you have a lot of repetitions to get back into it. We're talking about 17 games. It's the first six games for sure, minimum, in my opinion. He's probably going to still be trying to get back into rhythm. But you did mention another player that I want to touch on, which is Mr. Zach Wilson, because we had Dan Orlovsky today talk about Zach Wilson's expectations and how Joe Douglas, the front office, everybody has now given Zach Wilson the amount of weapons to be successful. You talk about Breece Hall, you talk about Michael Carter being the running back tandem back there. You saw, we're having tweets today seeing Breece Hall being fluid with his motions as a running back.
Beast, bro. Breece Hall's gonna be so good.
He's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be a nice 1-2 punch running back system that we got. And then you have, of course, Elijah Moore at the mic today saying, It's going to be tough to stop all three of us. It's going to be tough to stop all three of us. And talking
Just
about Garrett Wilson,
Chill out.
Elijah Moore, and Corey Davis. I know. I'm not saying it.
For him, I want him to chill out. Like, play a full season.
Yeah,
like, have your
yeah.
boy play a full season. Have your rookie play. Like, just chill out.
But, but it's like, I like it because to Greg's point, right? Like, we talk about Zach Wilson giving him weapons, even to Orlowski, right? You're talking about Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, Corey Davis. You got your tight ends, Conklin, and you got Uzoma. You got Brees Hall. You got Michael Carter. And then you also got Braxton Berrios. I mean, you got that's a squad. We're talking about an offensive squad. And then your offensive line is beefed up. Like, they've given Zach Wilson some stuff to work with. And you hear Orlowski saying that he could see Zach Wilson pushing close to 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, a reduction in interceptions, probably around like a 10 mark. And what does he say? He's been saying the same thing that we've been saying. You just got to complete. We're not going to use layups because this is basketball. But, you just got to complete the short underneath passes, man. The 5 yards, the dink and dunks. That's the stuff that he's got to do. And Orlowski was saying that he's throwing short. We saw that too. So as long as Zach Wilson can do those things and do the easy stuff, right? We know he can do that. We know he could be beautiful with his with the deep pass and being on the run and finding Corey Davis in the end zone and doing all that type of stuff. Yeah, we know he has that capability to be to improv on the run when the play breaks down. But the simple stuff, right? That was his difficulty. So, and this is just saying the same thing. Like, if he can just hone in on the simple stuff, I honestly am not too far. I don't disagree. Do you guys think that Zach Wilson can get to pushing 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 10 interceptions if he fixes those easy passes? I'm with Orlowski on this one. I actually think that Zach Wilson can be teetering around. I won't say 4,000. I'm going to cut it a little short. I'm going to be like 3,800 yards. I feel like that's what's going to happen. I feel like he's going to be just shy of 4,000 yards. But I definitely see 30 touchdowns, and I could definitely see 10 interceptions. I think he's going to use that big cannon of an arm to like try to push it down the field, and that's where it's going to happen, and some quick reads in the middle. But I could see Zach Wilson doing it. So, Greg, I'm going to start with you this time. What are your prediction for Zach Wilson's stat line this upcoming season?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about it, I don't know if it was last episode or 2 episodes ago, about kind of what we thought Zach Wilson would be. And I think we were kind of in the low to mid 3,000s, if I remember correctly, on what our expectations are. Can he push to 4,000? Like, yeah, I mean, guys throw for 5,000 yards. So can he do it? He definitely has the capability. It's just a matter of, can he put everything together? He has the arm strength for it, is what I mean. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, yeah, he can throw for 4,000 yards. I think Michael Flores' offense, if it's humming and we have enough, people in the right positions with enough skill and that know the system well enough, I think his offense can generate 4,000 passing yards. Just a matter of if we could put it all together in the second season. It's tough. It's going to be tough to do. I don't know about I don't know about 4,000 yards. I think it's going to be like high 3,000s. I don't know about 10 interceptions, man. I mean, Zach Wilson has had problems with interceptions since forever. So I don't know if all of a sudden now we're going to throw 30 touchdowns. I think 30 touchdowns is reasonable, but I think it's going to be like in the 20s, low 20s maybe for interceptions.
Wow, so you think you see 20 interceptions. Okay, John, what are you feeling,
that
man?
much? I think so, yeah.
John, what are you feeling?
Here's the thing, guys. I don't think it matters at all. And I don't think that
you're not copping out from this one. We're going to need a number from you, but
no, I'm going to tell you. I'll tell you. I'll take the under on touchdowns. Like, I don't care at all because I don't think this is going to be a Zach Wilson focused offense. I think Greg kind of touched on it. Think about it. Like, our running backs are unbelievable. Like Brees Hall, Michael Carter, Tevin Coleman, Ty Johnson. Like, Michael Pirine might not even make the team. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like, we have really good running backs. We have Nick Bowden chilling at fullback. Our tight ends, CJ Uzama, Tyler Conklin, Jeremy Rucker, who we just drafted, Tevon Wesco, who played pretty well for us last year, and we re-signed him, so he's probably going to stay. Then we have Kenny Yeboah and Lawrence Cager out there, too. Like, those are all our guys, like, chilling for tight ends. We know what we did to the offensive line. I think we're going to run so much that they're going to steal touchdowns from Zach Wilson. Okay. Like, I don't think it's going to be this type of like, oh, we need, 10 touchdowns to Moore, 12 touchdowns to Corey Davis. Like, it's not going to be like that at all, in my opinion. And I think it's going to be, when he does score, I think it's going to be spread out. Like, I think like fantasy owners everywhere are going to be annoyed if you have Jets offensive playmakers, especially pass catchers, because like you might have Elijah Moore and he might get like some
Don't do this to
PPR. No, he's gonna do good PPR. That's what I'm saying. Like the yards, I think Zach Wilson's gonna have a lot of yards, but I don't know if he's gonna have a lot of touchdowns. You know what I mean? We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I just think that's the way the offense is gonna play out. But what's most important, and the most important number, is the turnover number. Okay, because I don't care how many touchdowns he has. He could have 45 touchdowns, but if he's addicted to turnovers like the other guy in New York, Daniel Jones, like it's literally not going to matter. All right, we have to keep the defense off the field. Right, we're going to get to the defense who's been looking good. We have to keep the defense off the field. We have to run the ball. We got to control the clock. And now we have veterans, man. We got the offensive line rolling. We got veteran tight ends. We just mentioned the running backs who are, in my opinion, above average. Like, am I allowed to say that? Like above average in that position for the first time in a while. And then you look at the wide receivers, dude, like Corey Davis, Elijah Moore, and Berrios. I'm not going to expect anything from Garrett Wilson because he's a rookie. So we'll put him as the number 4. Everybody's talking up Denzel Mims. I have not seen the coaching staff talk up Denzel Mims ever. Usually they curse him out.
It's true. He's come back according to Michael Ford, he's come back in best shape. He has a better understanding of the offense, which is good to hear. I'm intrigued to see what this means for Denzel Mims this season. But John, you're still eluding us. Like, we've given our numbers, Greg and I. What are your numbers? What are your numbers for Mr. Zach Wilson?
Oh man, if he hopefully, hope to God, plays all the games this year. I mean, if he gets me like 23 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, 15, 16 interceptions, and we win 9-10 games, I'm good with that, dude.
What's the passing yard? Tell me passing yards.
He can have like 3,500 passing yards.
Okay.
Yeah, like all that stuff, like 3,250. Like, well, who cares? You know, like that's what I think.
I understand that you don't care. I just want your prediction.
No. I'm not to poo-poo the question. I don't think it's pertinent as we think for Jets wins. You know what I think is more important, honest to God, is how well Breece Hall and Michael Carter do. Like, if Breece Hall is getting 1,000 yards, if Michael Carter is getting 1,000 yards, then we're killing. You know what I'm trying to say? That we are winning ball games. And
yeah, if we have a top 5 rushing offense,
that's all I need.
I
don't give a damn about Zach. That's what I'm saying. Not to poo-poo the question. I just don't care.
And for Zach Wilson not to turn the ball over, I think that's a great point. Like, you know, if we keep our defense off the field, we keep their defense on the field.
Well, if you're a top
one for us,
if you're a top 5 running team, I mean, that also means you're probably controlling time of possession. And if you are able to reduce your turnovers, control time of possession.
But that's all I need. Like,
obviously, you got to score.
I would love for them to score. I'm saying I would love, but honestly, at this point in my Jets
Baby
life,
steps.
in Zach Wilson's life, just don't turn over the ball, just hold possession, and stay in the game in the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? And then you could do your Zach Wilson stuff. You could run around, throw the ball off the other foot. You know, tell people to move. You know, do your whole thing, but just stay in the game in the fourth quarter. Don't throw me 4 picks versus the Patriots in the first half, or 3 picks, and then just start chucking it in the third quarter. I can't handle it.
Well,
but
hopefully he's past that point.
It's just baby steps, dude. I don't need him to get 35 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and win MVP. I just don't need it. You know what I'm trying to say? I just need no turnovers, hold the ball, run it, and punt it. Punt all day, bro. I don't care. Just punt.
So let's get to the defensive side of the ball. John, I'm going to start with you this time. What are you seeing and what do you like from today about defense?
We know where we're going to start. We got the star of our show, the star of the Jets, Mr. Sauce Gardner.
Got a pick 6 today for 100 yards.
Pick 6 on a 7-on-7.
And for a 100-yard return.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's running after him after 1 yard.
Are you walking back any Sauce Gardner takes from before the draft yet, or are you going to hold out still for a little bit?
No, I'm definitely
You're worried about his hips still? You're still worried about those hips over there? He's not so fluid?
I'm worried. All I said
John's going to hold out.
Sauce Gardner bullies players in college. That's why nobody was doing anything. So, I listen. I hope he bullies players in the NFL. I hope, like, please, God.
Here's the
I
thing.
hope that happens. But he's also playing against Garrett Wilson, like another college guy. Like, wait till he plays against real NFL players. It's gonna get tough, in my opinion.
Wait until week 1 where Sauce gets an interception John's gonna be like, and everything I said about Sauce was wrong. This is my guy.
Oh my
Never.
goodness, he's gonna. Yeah, right. Never. If he picks Rashad Bateman, I would love that. I'm not gonna impress me too much if he picks over Rashad Bateman, but I hope it happens. I'm looking forward to him going up against real players. I just don't think he's going to be the best player ever coming out of the gate. But he did well in the 7-on-7s. It could be that Zach Wilson also, is trying some things. Like he always says he does during these 7-on-7s. Like he just kind of tries to figure out some stuff. But dude, I'm hyped about our secondary, man. DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner is sick. Like that's why I was so excited about our offseason going into the draft, and that's why I didn't need Sauce Gardner. At the end of the day, I didn't say he was the worst player ever. I just did because we had DJ Reed and we had Bryce Hall. Now Bryce Hall's our number 3, and we have Sauce Gardner in there as our number 2. Like it's sick. I'm really really excited about it, and it gets to kind of deodorant our free safety. Like I hope Joyner plays. I hope he does well. But it's the same old story, man. It's Joyner, Ashton Davis.
I saw an article the other day that Ashton Davis is having the best camp of his life. That he looks so well improved. All this stuff. Have you guys seen anything of this? Can you confirm this? Can you dispel it?
Who?
Dude, Ashton Davis.
I feel like it's the Denzel Mims people we're just swapping out names and writing the same stuff.
It has to be because here's the thing: he's so fast.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He's a white boy that's fast, so he's quote unquote sneaky quick, right? As everyone says, he's finally healthy, so he probably does look the best he's looked, since joining the Jets.
That's true.
And we have no other choice, Greg. Like what are we gonna do if Ashton Davis doesn't play well? Now we're on a 4th-string free safety to start the year.
Ashton Davis is such an interesting phenomena on the Jets because we'll have articles saying how Jets are looking to replace Ashton Davis, and then we'll also have articles saying Jets fans should have faith in Ashton Davis. Like what this guy, why should I have faith? And yes, I feel like it's even hard to say that he'll be replaced because Joe Douglas invested in this guy. It's hard for him just to give up on another draft pick from, was it 2020? That's a rough look, man. So I feel like it's nice. I feel like this is kind of a good PR to be like, not all of Joe Douglas's picks are sucking from 2020. Because Mekhi Becton, who's a Bryce Hall, those are like the 2 main guys in my opinion that have been doing well. Because you got Mims, who's then Ashton Davis, It's a rough look right now.
And Pirine,
Yeah, that draft was not that great.
I'm still hyped about our defense, though.
The only thing I saw, too, at the free safety spot is talks about trying out a Hall for free safety. Now that we have our kind of DBs kind of locked in, maybe he's 3rd on the depth chart. Maybe he's 4th on the depth chart. Is there a shot that he gets moved to free safeties or starting free safety?
Over Jason Pinnock?
or Pinnock is a strong safety. So it's Whitehead, and Pinnock was playing the strong last year, so he's probably going to chill there with Willie Parks. I think that's a little bit of a stretch to put Bryce Hall now at the safety. What's wrong with being the 3rd-string cornerback? We know that we're going to rotate in and out, and Sauce Gardner's a rookie. I don't know. I don't
think there's anything wrong with it. I think you want your best players on the field as much as possible. So
I think that's the thing too. It's like however you get your best players on the field to keep you in the game, that's what you're looking at. But even still, like to John's point, Sauce is a rookie. I mean, I don't expect Sauce to struggle dramatically on the field, but he's going to have some games where it's going to be a little rough. I mean,
no, bro, he's Darrelle Revis, dude.
All right, you stop that.
He called him before the draft.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
He never let up a touchdown. The guy never let up a touchdown. I don't know why we're doubting him already. He hasn't even taken a snap.
It's not doubting him, man. It's just a different level.
It's trying to be realistic. It's trying to be realistic.
Yeah, man. Just come on.
He's going to give up one touchdown, and we're all going to light everybody on fire.
I can't wait for that to happen because that whole stat, everyone said it. And it's just gone out the window as soon as he lets up.
Everyone's gonna freak out. Oh, it was a bust. Oh, we should have did this. Oh, like
oh my god! In typical Jets.
That's why I just want to be a little bit just just hold your expectations a little bit. He's going to give up 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7 touchdowns this year, but it's still going to be fine. Everything's going to be okay.
So what do we do at the free safety position then? If it's not Hall, if it's not,
It's Joyner, man.
it's not Ashley Davis.
Actually,
it's
John. We're actually
Hall
putting
and
John out there. We're actually putting John out there, free safety. He's out there right now.
Yeah. So it's just Joyner, the guy who's hurt season after season, can't play a full year.
That's a recipe for the Jets free safety under Salah. His injured free safeties, whether it's Joyner, whether it's Davis, even Willie Parks was injured, right? Even Riley was hurt. I feel like that's the one position we can't figure out yet. I think we're still.
Bring me Kerry Rhodes, damn it.
We need you.
I wonder if like they'll. So we had Sherwood and Hamza, right, who were safeties that converted to linebackers. I wonder if at some point maybe they kind of nudge over to free safety if we need them. You know what I mean? Especially because I think Sherwood was calling the defense before he got hurt as a linebacker too, as a rookie, which was bananas. And then he got hurt, and then Hamza got hurt. It was a whole thing, man. Last year was crazy. The whole safety thing is pretty wild, but
The whole
listen,
defense
Greg,
last year was wild. We
listen,
lost
Greg,
everybody.
everybody's telling me that safeties don't matter. So here we are, right? If free safeties don't matter, then safeties don't matter. Like, let's see how it goes.
We shall see how
And
it
we have the
goes.
best linebackers in the world,
Yeah.
apparently. number one.
So I'm
one.
told.
So I'm told that C.J. Mosley, Quincy Williams, and Hamza Nasruddin. That's the whole thing.
Might
dare
as well
you
be the
slander Quincy
2000s
Williams.
Ravens.
You're slandering Quincy Williams. This is a friendly podcast when it comes
Lander, he's our starting Sam. Let's go. Cut from the Jaguars. Here we are.
That's right. And we won. All right. We got the Williams brothers, all right? And it's gonna be
hyped.
great.
I'm hyped that we have.
But you talk about settling expectations, man. You're talking about settling expectations for Sauce Gardner, but I want to talk to you guys about expectations because on NFL Total Access today, we got some talks about the Jets winning 10 games this season. That it's possible that they win 10 games. Now, this is Gerald McCoy who made the statement that the Jets are going to win 10 games, be better than the Dolphins this season. Do you guys think the Jets are winning 10 games this season?
I mean, it's tough because it's like, is it possible that they win 10 games? Like, sure, it's possible. I mean, it's possible they win the Super Bowl. That's why there's odds on it.
I don't know if that's
Okay.
necessarily the same type of possible.
Possible.
I don't know if that's. I don't know if it is.
It's not a 0% chance because
I think it's a 75-1 chance, and there's only 32 teams.
yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's possible. It's obviously more likely to win the Super Bowl, but it would feel like that if the Jets come out and we win 10 games and we make the playoffs, it would feel like a Super Bowl to me because we're a young organization, top to bottom, and we're putting the pieces together. The thing that I'm more interested in is, are we gonna have a better record than the Dolphins?
For sure.
There's so many teams out there who people are saying are better than the Jets that have first-year coaches, and I just don't get that. I feel like it takes a while, not even like first-year coaches, first-time coaches. I think it takes a little while to get your feet under you as a head coach, especially being it the first time. So I don't know. I think we're gonna be better than the Dolphins. 10 wins might be a little bit of a stretch, but I think there's a chance we're right there. The over/under is what, 5.5? Gotta hammer
It
the
went
over.
up to 6. I think it went up to 6, man.
And rightfully so. I think we're gonna be middle of the pack. John, what do you think?
Every time, and you know how many times I've stared at the schedule. Every time I look at the schedule, and I try to be as conservative as possible. I'm bottoming out at 7. I'm bottoming out at 7. My max is 10, right? So I can't see getting over 10. Like, that's an unbelievable year where like we're able to like.
We'd have to beat like the Patriots twice. We would have to beat the Dolphins twice, and we would need a couple balls to bounce our way.
Yeah, like we'd have to beat the Bills once, and we'd have to like surprise some teams.
We would need to go like 3-4 against the AFC North.
Yeah,
Which is actually
exactly.
looking more and more likely. I mean, who knows what's going on with the Browns anymore? So
Browns. even the I won't say it. Let's get there.
So
when we get
let's
there.
save it. Let's save it.
Yeah. Let's
I
save
know
it.
where you're going. Let's save it.
But
Who are they going to throw to, John? That's my only question. Who are they going to throw to?
dude, are they going to pay the quarterback? Is he even going to play? Whatever. So anyway, when it comes to the Jets, can they go into Lambeau Field and win a game? Everything in my brain says no. You know what I mean? But if they're able to pull that out somehow, some way, by accident, run the ball, don't turn it over, make my life finally satisfied by traveling and winning a game on the road. You know what I mean? If they're able to do these things, maybe win a game on the West Coast, like anything like in Denver, you know what I mean, against your boy Russell Wilson, like things like that the Jets will never do. You know what I mean? Like these are things that we know the Jets don't do. And
Top 10 quarterback, Russell Wilson.
If they are able to somehow, some way, you know what I mean, get over that hump of surprising the world, and all that means is just winning a game, like winning a game in Lambeau, winning a game on the West Coast, beating the Bills once, sweeping the Patriots, like anything like that, that jumps us to 10. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying the 10 is my ceiling. I don't think it's insane. But what does a 10 spot give us? Is a 10 spot division, or is that like impossible because of the Bills?
10 wins. That's
That's
yeah.
a second wild card or a third?
Second.
Man,
maybe third. I don't know. 17 games. Got an extra game in there now.
This guy is definitely second. That's definitely second.
If it's second and there's potential in some crazy world that we can host a playoff game at some point, I will go insane. I will like go like just that option. Like I will buy a ticket from MetLife just to hold it. Like even though
John will go from printing out the graphic of in the hunt to hosting home wild card game.
That would be crazy. No, we're not going to host a home wildcard game. I'm just saying at some point, like if there's some team behind us in the playoffs, I'm just going to say it's possible. Anyway, this is just my crazy, fantasies. What I really think is going to happen is I think we're going to be in the hunt right around 8 games, maybe 9, and then staring at the Dolphins. January 8th, week 17. Funny story. I had put in a request with the Dolphins to hit me up once the season schedule dropped, just hoping that the Jets were going to play there in the fall or winter so I can get like a nice weekend in Miami, get some good seats, talk to the guy. So he called me today. I didn't know it was him. I answered. We had some banter back and forth. It's like, oh, you're a Jets fan. I'm sorry. I was like, bro, you don't have a quarterback. We're going at it a little bit. But, dude, I think that's going to be one of the most important games of the year. I was like, man, I'm going to keep your number. Like, I know my Christmas is January 7th. This game's January 8th. I know it's tough. It's tight. But if it's to get into the playoffs, I have to exercise demons. You know how I feel about that, Alex. I have to exercise that Ryan Fitzpatrick Buffalo demon. I might go to Buffalo this year for that.
I may have to hold you from going to that game, man. If you were at that last game, which caused...
We'll see. I literally might. December 12th, December 6th. I literally might go to Buffalo because I haven't been there since that game, and nothing has gone well since.
You can go to that one. Game. Just don't go to the Dolphins final game. Just don't do that one.
We'll see. Miami, dude, in January. I don't know. It's tough to pass up.
This guy. Well, I'm gonna say this. I think I agree with you, John. We're 10. I could see 10 being the max. I think 8 is probably like the more realistic spot for this team, just because second year.
We're all on the same page, bro.
Yeah.
It's either great news or horrific news.
The question is, how do they get to 7 wins? How's that journey look? Is it like, all right, this looks like a competent team, or is it like 7 wins of just like complete and utter mayhem? Just like what just happened to get?
I'm down for the mayhem, bro. I don't care at all, dude. I don't care at all. I don't need to win pretty. I don't need the fashion. I don't need Zach Wilson to get me to be the MVP
you know what's
guy.
Funny? You know what's funny?
Conklin could throw touchdowns every game. I don't give a damn, bro.
You know what's funny is that Jericho Cotchery was at the Jets practice today, and his Twitter page, like the header image on his Twitter profile, is him making that crazy one-leg catch against the Cleveland Browns. And like
against the Browns, him and Baker against the Browns, bro. I'll never forget those 2 catches.
That catch, woo! And I just think about that season as being complete mayhem, like absolute complete mayhem. Just like things are just like never knowing what's going to happen with that. Like the way they beat the Lions that season, the Browns. We beat the brakes off the Steelers.
Yo, you know what's funny? We play all those teams this year.
So weird, man. It is. We do. But it's just so weird. That season was like truly like I have no like we. It was a 9-6 game opener against the Packers. Like we legit stopped Aaron Rodgers from scoring a touchdown.
Listen, I legitimately think, Alex, and this is where I sound crazy. I think our defensive line is so good, and our running backs are so good, and our offensive line is so good.
We're just recreating the same damn thing.
We're gonna win games like 15-9 or like 20-30. Like nobody's gonna want to watch a Jets game. It's not gonna be on red zone. Zach Wilson's gonna stink, and we're gonna win ball games. Like I when I look at that defensive line, I get excited about the new Madden. Like that's how I'm like, dude, it's insane from top to bottom. The defensive line is ridiculous.
I wouldn't actually be opposed to getting Madden this season because of the
Mr.
Jets.
Madden's on it, and obviously, if you're listening right now, you know we do a Madden giveaway, so make sure to stay on that. We're gonna make it a little harder next year, so we'll keep you tuned in on that. But yeah, man, Mr. Madden back on it since last time was 04 or 05, the hit stick year. Or no, Ray Lewis was on the hit stick year.
Yeah, Ray Lewis was the hit stick.
Yeah, I forgot.
That oh man, you want to talk about an intro to Madden? That Ray Lewis intro.
Stick, the hit stick changed everything.
It did, but that intro, but like honestly, like that intro, like you want to just get hyped, just go to YouTube, run that Ray Lewis intro, leave your mark, like leave your mark. And I was like, yes, sir, I will go leave my mark on this world.
Yes, Ultimate Team, go.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm gonna put this on super easy and win 99-16. Don't you worry, Ray.
Greg Jennings coming back.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw for 7 touchdowns.
Yeah, Jerry Rice running them hills.
So, Greg, what's your floor here, bro? For the Jets season.
Floor is like 4 wins.
Oh my god!
You think it's possible, huh?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think based on just probability of injuries, probability of people not putting it together, just some position groups that we think are going to be good just turn out to not be that good. I definitely think there's a possibility that we win 4 games. I mean, if you look at any mock draft, way too early mock draft, if you look at ESPN's Football Power Index, we're the worst team in football.
I'm hating this right now.
So,
no, this is important, Alex.
I don't know who to believe.
This is important because I'm in a couple of group chats with Greg, and everybody's flipping out because every single thing has the Jets drafting first overall next year, which is really ridiculous. Like, we're not projected in any Vegas odds to be last. Our over-under is not on the bottom. Like, what's the issue? Why are we literally picking first? Like, you don't have to do that, guys. You could just do a mock draft with the number 1 guys and just leave the team out. Like,
I'm honestly I hate that, but I'm starting to hate like this ESPN statistics stuff. Like going into the NBA Finals, they had like the Celtics giving them like an 88% chance to win. It's like, in what world are the Golden State Warriors not 50-50 at least? Like, it's crazy. So all this stuff out there, they say the Jets.
This is why you don't listen to ESPN for betting advice.
Yeah, so it's like, do we stink? I don't know. There's like 7 teams with new coaches, like 3 or 4 of them are first-time coaches. Like,
well, the Dolphins ain't gonna be that much. The Dolphins, I just can't. The last time, actually, when the Dolphins did have a first-time head coach in Tony Sparano, RIP to Tony, they did win the division that year. They did go 11-5.
Was Flores a first-time coach though too?
He was. I'm not saying every Dolphins head coach wins. I don't even think what's his name.
Gase.
You really just had to say that name, did you?
What you're talking about?
I was thinking about the guy before him. Who was the guy before him? Philbin.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Yeah.
You know what's great about our schedule? At the end, our schedule gets easy after the bye week. So if we just keep it 500 or so going into the bye week, it really plays into our game. You know what I mean? Like, it's all running cold. We got the Bears, we got the Vikings, like the Bills, the Lions, Jaguars, at the Seahawks. Like, this is, you know what I mean? Like, that's a run the ball, don't turn over. You figured it out. You had 9-10 weeks. Like, there's almost no excuses after the bye week, in my opinion, man, for this team.
Yeah, I mean, my only concern is, like I said, position groups. Like, you talked a second ago, John, about like the defensive line being like unbelievable. It's like, are they unbelievable at an NFL level, or are they unbelievable for the New York Jets? the best defensive line we've had, but
I think
I don't know
honestly,
if they're a top
I think,
15 defensive line in the NFL.
here's the thing, man. I know I'm a Jets fan. I know, and I know I'm biased. I get
Shocking.
that. I get that I'm biased. I'm with you. But dude, Carl Lawson coming back, we don't know what he's gonna look like. If he looks halfway decent, he's unbelievable, man. He was one of the highest signings. He's for the NFL. You know what I mean? And he had an enormous amount of sacks, the best year of his life just last year. Quinn Williams, he's on a contract year. We know what we say about players on a contract year. John Franklin Myers just got paid. Kind of played like crap after that, and now everybody's talking about how he's back, how he's doing well, and he's got the starting position. Behind those guys, literally behind those guys, that was just the three. I didn't even name the edges. We got Sheldon Rankins, we got Solomon Thomas, we got Bryce Hall, we got Vinny Curry, we got Nathan Shepard. Like, that's depth, man. And on the end, we got Jermaine Johnson, who we all know I'm super hyped about. Jacob Martin, okay, but dude, Michael Clemens. Like, Michael Clemens sitting back there now. We had the one interview in the beginning. We all got hyped about him. I'm curious. He could affect the game, man. If he just wins one game, like, imagine one game, just one game where he goes absolutely nuts. That's it. Like, now we're over the hump. You know what I mean? That's a game that we were never going to win in the last 8, 9, 10 years. And our defense won it for us. Like, that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, I mean, we're just talking about it, and it just got me thinking, like, maybe we could start doing, like, a segment or something like that where we just rank position groups. Because, like, I want to know, like, where you have the Jets in the NFL defensive line-wise.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
You know, we
Let's
don't
do
have
that.
to
Let's
top
do
of our
that next
heads.
episode. Let's do that next
Yeah.
episode. We're going to predict all of our units. How about that?
Yeah, we'll
That'll be
all go
good.
through the NFL. And
Let's do AFC. Let's do AFC. Let's do AFC.
Okay.
All right.
Want to do all 30?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
At some point, we'll roll around the quarterback, and we'll really get after it. We'll really
Obviously-
know where everyone stands.
Obviously, Jets are number one in all categories,
Oh, my God. This guy.
Yeah, I was saying, your list is going to be quick.
especially linebackers. Number one. Easy. All right, I have a question. Speaking of depth chart stuff, I know that Alex hates hearing about this, but I have a feeling Greg might indulge me. We got a little kicker competition and 2 guys with names this year.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Greggy Z. And we got
Greg, you're a
Eddie
kicker?
And we got Eddie Pinheiro, the double doink, but he played really well for us last year.
I can't
Greg,
kick
you're
it far,
kicking?
but I can kick it straight, though. Can't kick it far.
Greg's kicking. You're a video producer and a kicker for the New York Jets? God damn.
Yo,
do you
I'm a
think, man?
phenomenal talent.
What do you think, man? What do you think about the Z man?
We're talking about Greg Zerline? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that name in like 5 years. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
he's
know.
on
I'm
our
not
squad, bro. He's
not
on our
happy about
squad.
either of these options.
Well, Pinheiro killed it for us last year, to be
Give
fair.
me Eddie Pinheiro.
Yeah.
All right, so you don't care either.
No, not really. You just got to go out there and make
Dude.
them. I'm still bitter that
What
we let the dude go to Seattle. I forget his name.
Jason Myers.
Myers. Like what's going on? Like, we had one good thing going at the time, and we just let him walk.
That's why we signed Braxton Berrios.
We have
Exact
both.
reason.
We have both.
That
of
worked
our-
out for Braxton.
We
He
had our
died
ki-
so Braxton Berrios can get re-signed for the Jets.
we had Jason Myers and who was our Roberts? Was it Andre Roberts?
Andre Roberts.
Yeah.
he
Andre
sucked.
Roberts.
He sucked after. He had one good game that was against the Jets.
I'm just saying
As
that
usual.
they both made the Pro Bowl that season. They both made the Pro Bowl that season.
No, I'm saying after. He only
Yeah.
had one good game, and it was literally against the Jets. But it
One
was
revenge game, and that was it.
That's all he had left in the tank, of course.
Rex
Yeah,
Ryan.
kicker stuff, I don't care too much. I mean, at this point, none of the
It's
guys that we
kickers,
have
bro.
coming in are going to
Like
be good.
they're I'm not knocking kickers and how important they are, but
No,
how
I
much
think
can
you
we
are,
actually? I'm actually not.
That's
But
exactly what you're doing.
No. but how can we evaluate them during like
I'm saying, who do you want?
training? I said Eddie Pinheiro. Like
Yeah,
like,
Pinheiro.
give me
I'm
Until
down-
he,
I'm down
until he
with
misses a
double doink.
bunch, and then we'll bring in Greg Zerline. Until he misses a bunch, we'll bring in someone else.
Look at
So
the kid
Greg's-
from Duke who's working in financial advisor, and then he comes in every single year, and then he gets mad that we don't sign him.
Yeah.
I'm down for that guy too. I forgot his name, but it's all good. I remembered his name for too long. All right, last thing, we got some propaganda coming up for the Jets. That should be
Shocking.
coming out today. We got the 4 episodes. I mean, they win awards, so that's honestly not even a hometown thing. They literally win national syndicate awards.
Don't get me look. You watch those videos, it is very captivating, very well done, very well edited. The high definition and the resolution on those damn cameras is just next
cool.
level.
They get
The
you
way that
hyped,
they
bro.
interview- the way that they interview the players and get like the coaches involved and they can create a good storyline, like truly top tier work. Like, we'll not knock it, but I have to stop watching it. Like, I can only watch like a few of them because Eric Allen, you are amazing, my man. You really know how to get Jets fans hyped. You really do know how to get Jets fans hyped. And I've been doing this for so long. So long. I remember when it came into like the what was it, the 2011 and 2012 seasons when we had Sanchez, and the 4-12 season in 20 when you had Kaepernick and the 49ers doing everything that you wanted the Jets to do when we had Tebow. And I was like, oh yeah, this team's gonna be it. This team's legit. I just watched everything that Eric Allen made. Man, this is where you have to just pump the brakes. Like, truly pump the brakes. Great film. Got to pump the brakes.
Flight 22, baby. Flight 22.
More propaganda.
We got the full preseason. All the episodes came out right now. Check it out. I'm hyped. Our friends who have seen the exclusive where, Alex alluded to Corbett and Kachary going to practice today, they all said it was amazing. They watched all 4 episodes, I'm pretty sure. So they had a day. I'm really excited, dude. I'm excited about the propaganda. I'm ready to eat it all up. I'm convincing myself that August is right.
This is why John
That's
comes in
not
every season.
far.
This is why John comes in every season. Jets are winning 10 games. I'm like,
I just want to make the playoffs, man. I don't think that's crazy.
it's not crazy, but it's like, even during times where it was like under Adam Gase, I remember it was like, we could get 10. You could get 10. And it was
I
like,
did not say 10 wins with Adam Gase, bro. Pull that up, bro. Pull
I
it
feel
up.
like you did.
I don't
Feel like you
know.
Pull it up.
Feel like
Pull
you
it
did.
up. Pull it up, son. Anyway,
We'll have to do some deep diving on that.
deep
It's
dive
not that.
on
It's,
it.
not, it's really not that far.
I did think Gates was a good signing. I'll tell you that right now, because it was a good philosophy. We had all defense with this scrub Todd Bowles. Excuse my language, but he's gonna stink with Tampa. And then on the other side, we have no offense, so we decided to bring in the quote unquote offensive guru, who one of the best quarterbacks of all time, told us this guy's the best. He helped me. Well, I mean, what do you want the Jets to say? Like, I totally get why we signed him. I totally know why I ate it all up. Greg was done from the post-game press conference. I blamed it on lack of hat wearing. And then here we are, like 2 wins later after 4 years. Right? Like, he was the GM for a second. I mean, you can't give me all the blame for Adam Gase. I feel like that's a little unfair here.
I'm not giving you all the blame. I'm just saying you chose 10 wins under Adam Gase.
Yeah.
It wasn't the first season either. It was the second season.
Yeah, whatever. So it's just like, yeah, I mean, like, you say ridiculous things every day. It's fine. But you never give me props when I'm right, which is all cool. That's just how you roll. But either way,
Hey, that's not true.
either way, I do think it's very possible for the Jets to get that double-digit 10. But really, playoffs is not unrealistic for the Jets this year. I think it's about plus 660. I think that's one of the best
Like, you
bets.
say it's not unrealistic, and you say it's plus 660. Like, plus 660 is unrealistic. That's why it's plus 660.
Is it though? Like,
Yes.
all the
Yes.
non-division teams are all plus. All the like not favorites to win the division are all plus money. So even the Patriots, is that unrealistic to make the playoffs? Like plus 400 or something. I think they're like plus 450. Like, it's right there. You know what I mean? Everybody right now, the odds are high. Like, I think even the Steelers to make the playoffs is like right around where the Jets are. Is that unrealistic? Tomlin's never missed the playoffs, never been under 500 in his whole life, even if he's the quarterback. So like, I don't know.
You
I
with Mitch
just think,
Trubisky, so it's going to be interesting.
like, you know
He
what I
does
mean?
not make it. What was it? Mitch made the playoffs, what, once, right? Did he make the playoffs once or twice?
I don't know. He stinks, man. I don't care. I
Uh,
literally don't care. Like, he's so bad. I don't even pay attention to him. But yeah, I'm still holding up. I'm optimistic right now about the Jets. There's nothing that worries me besides stopping the run on the defense and stopping the tight ends. But if that's the only 2 holes, I feel like we can win games, man. We can win 50-50 games like that. It's not like last year where there was no chance. Like, we had to either come up with an insane game plan like we did with Tennessee somehow, or like we did with Cincinnati somehow, or we're not winning. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's it. Like, it's either we like figured out the puzzle or we have no chance. This year, I think we're going to keep it close in the 4th quarter, and I think we're going to win some 50-50 ball games. I don't think that's crazy. That's all I'm saying.
I don't disagree.
I like it.
All right, so I guess the last thing we got to do here is say our goodbyes to our boy, DJ Bien-Aime,
Yeah, that's sad, man.
friend of the show, not dead. Sounds like he's dead right now. He just left the Jets beat.
Yeah, he's leaving the Jets beat. He hasn't announced where he's going to next. His last day on the Jets beat is June 24th. We got the whole serenade of goodbyes and how good he is. And he was really a good Jets beat writer, really covering the Jets in a different way for the Daily News that we haven't really seen. Instead of just a spin cycle of just slander and nonsense of, if you could call what it was before DJ reporting, sure. But DJ has done an awesome job. So shout out to DJ for the awesome job. And hopefully, like, seeing him go on to bigger and better things after leaving the Daily News, probably definitely will. I mean, like I said, he was covering the Jets in a different way for the Daily News and just in general, man, just how he was breaking down players, breaking down the game. It was really informative, really good stuff, really gave the Daily News a credible report that you can go back to and reading and just like actually enjoy. And it wasn't just some spin cycle of just nonsense and just slander. So it was actually really good reporting.
My guess is he breaks down some cornerback film somewhere for someone because that's what seemed to be his niche. But we'll see, man. We are eternally grateful for him coming on, showing us some love. He was good. We made fun of him about being a Heat fan. We made fun of him about being a Dolphins fan. That'll never stop. But he did teach us a little bit about how to, toil in some murky waters, I would say. Right? He took the brunt of it every single day. I mean, even if he said like Zach Wilson looks good, everything would go insane on his end. So like he's just like, yeah, man, this is what I saw. He threw a nice pass. So I'm excited for him to give us his complete now objective opinion on the Jets, like complete objective. And we know he has Connor Hughes in the house. That's his boy. So we know anything that DJ says is still pretty accurate. So I'm excited about what comes through that avenue from now on. But yeah, man, shout out to him. Dude, another year in the books, man. Rich Cimini. Watch another guy come up and down. This guy's just holding it down, dude. He's like, oh, yeah, this guy's good. Yep, yep, he's the future. 1 year later, it's like, you couldn't handle it, bro. You couldn't handle the Jets. No one could handle the Jets except for me. So he's still holding his throne.
Rich Cimini, been covering the Jets since the New York Titan days. I wonder what that was like, man. I wonder if he saw. I wonder if he saw the single. I wonder if he saw the single bar football helmets. Do you think so? Do you think so? Probably. Yeah. Probably.
I mean, when he was a kid, they barely didn't have helmets. They're using leather.
We should have him on and ask.
I would love that.
Hey, Rich, how was it covering football when they just had leather hats and no shoulder pads?
we should submit that to his next mail time for sure.
Oh yeah. I'm sure he'll definitely love that question and really want to engage with us.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great plan.
Mekhi Becton might, so I'm down.
Mekhi Becton might just come on.
If we do
Mekhi Becton might make this his new favorite podcast if we did that. Oh man, but I think on that note, this is a good place to end it. Thank you everyone for tuning in for another Jets episode of the Knicks, Jets, Etc. podcast. You know what to do. Please make sure to subscribe. If you haven't done so already, we're on all audio listening platforms. We're on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon, Alexa, Stitcher, you name it. We are there. If you listen to us on Apple or Spotify, please make sure to give us that 5-star rating. And if you listen to us on Apple, please make sure to leave a comment. We're also partnered with Fanside and Minute Media, so you can go find this podcast over at the Daily Knicks and the Jet Press. We're also on YouTube, so make sure to go find the page, Knicks, Jets, Etc. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you know when a new episode drops. When we watch a video, hit the like button, leave a comment, add to the conversation. And while you're over there, we got into the podcast, which is also partnered with Minute Media, Winning Picks Weekly. John, video producer Greg, our guy and co-host Chip Murphy. These guys go through every sport, NBA, NFL, MLB, PGA, NHL, you name it. These guys are going to put money down on the line. They are there. You are there. And if you're going to put money down on the line, listen to these guys. These guys got you covered. And then last and certainly not least, please make sure to follow us on all social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, you name it, we're there. Thank you everyone for tuning in for another Jets episode of the Jets, Etc. podcast. And don't worry, John, I do agree with you. We can't cover a tight end. Jordan Poole is closer to Jordan Clarkson. It's all good, man. We agree.
Oh my God. We need to clip that.
I said on the last episode, relax. I said on the
Greg,
last episode.
Greg, what do you feel about Jordan Poole? Can we get? Is he still MVP right now?
Yeah, I mean, he was hitting three-quarter court shots at the end of the third quarter.
All right, we're not there yet. All right, we'll see. But yo, shout out to the Lightning right now. I have 35 plus saves from each of the goalies. I really hope this goes into OT right now. That was a plus 980 bet. Speaking of winning picks weekly, I got Lightning who are underdog to win this series, so they can feel a lot better about the Rangers losing. Let's go. Give me a Game 7 NBA Finals. Give me Lightning to win, and then give me Jets playoffs.
You want Game 7 of the NBA Finals? Don't you want just the Warriors to win in Game 6 and go home?
No, I kind of want Game 7 at
You're
home.
nuts.
Fun. Yeah, come on, bro. Sunday. You don't think that the NBA Finals is going to end on a Sunday? Like, come on, bro. It's going to end on a Thursday night. Come on. Don't be ridiculous.
It has happened in the past. Let's not act like it
I
hasn't
think
happened.
LeBron did that, right? I think LeBron did that. Where I thought it was going to go one game for ratings, and he ended it early.
Spurs did that too. Spurs did it. Spurs did it. Spurs took out.
I think the Ray Allen shot.
That went to 7. That went to 7.
That was 7. Okay.
That was 7. Yeah, that went to 7. You had Spurs then come back the following year, take it down to 6. We did have the Warriors sweep the Cavs with KD on that. That happened one year. We had them in 5. We had them in 4. Let me tell you, man. Scott Foster's probably going to try to extend this thing out. Now we're totally off the rails. But Scott Foster's probably going to try to extend this thing out. They probably
speaking of Scott Foster extending games out, do you guys think that Steph Curry's going to have a big game in Boston or no?
Clay Game 6.
Yeah, I think Steph's going to have a big game. I think Clay's going to have a big game. I think they're going to close it out.
Okay.
Clay Game 6. That's what he's known for.
I think it's Tatum Game 6. And then we're going to see what happens in Game 7.
We'll see. We'll see. But on that note.
What you got, Raisi?
Let us know. But on that note, thank you everyone for tuning in for another Jets episode with the Knicks, Jets, etc. podcast. We out.
Let's go, Jets.